Good morning and welcome to the Event Industry Facebook Live. I am Jen Singer, the host of the Event Industry, an online community for my fellow event planners. How is your day going? Your morning? How has your week been? Are you working on any big events? Are you facing any challenges? What is going on in your world? Drop me a comment and let me know how everything's going for you. Personally, for me, I'm having a great morning. I have two little ones, and getting ready for in the morning with them is usually a big pain in the butt because they don't want to brush their teeth or get ready or do any of the things that you need them to do so you can get off to work. And today, it was like magic. They just did all the things and without whining or crying or acting like I was torturing them. And it was so magical. So I'm going to relish this odd day. Remember it probably tomorrow when I'm faced with the challenge of trying to get them to do the things. But that's not what we're here today to talk about my kids and trying to get them out the door. We are talking about event industry stuff and things that impact your world and the events that you are producing. A couple big announcements. Excited to share that we have a networking event that we are hosting that is live, and you can register. It's a free event in San Diego, so if you live in Southern California, you should join us. It is called RFP, Rose for Planners, because we are so clever like that. So I will drop a link in the show notes about so you can register and go to the Eventbrite page, meet fellow planners, vendors, venues, DJs, all the people that you need to work with in the event industry. So come to our event March 2nd, and it should be really fun. We've also launched a new page on the website that strictly outlines any events that are happening in San Diego. So if you happen to live in our hood, there are some events that are taking place that you could be aware of. Some of them are ticketed events. They're not all hosted by us, but we want to kind of keep you in the know of some events that you might be able to attend. Okay, so we got the RFP event. We also have a free workshop that's coming up on March 3rd, teaching you how to organize all your event details. I love a good spreadsheet and love to basically take all the details that we are working through with an event and put them into a format that's easy for us to follow and make sure we cross T's, dot I's. And I'm doing an online free workshop on March 3rd, and I'm going to walk you through basically how I organize all the event details so we can plan a number of events per year. So that's March 3rd. And then we also have our own masterclass that it will be coming up that will be a 5-week course, and that will go live on March 2nd. So many announcements and all the things on March 2nd and 3rd of this year, which is really, really exciting. So hopefully you can join us for some of this stuff. Okay, what are we talking about today besides a bunch of cool events? We are talking about contracts, your own contracts. I know a lot of you that follow us are entrepreneurs, have your own business, you're dealing with proposals or contracts for your event services, and I just want to share with you some lessons I've learned or some things that I take into consideration for the contracts that I'm selling. Well, I am selling them, but sharing them with clients, prospective clients that we book, and maybe some tactics that will work for us. Okay, tip number 1, use an online service or format that is easy to navigate and makes it easy to send out proposals. There's a number of them out there that make this easy. I have been using HoneyBook for a number of years, and if you look on the website, theeventindustry.com, there is a tools and there's a link to HoneyBook. And I really like it because you can do proposals through there, you can do the contracts through there, you can do the invoicing. It shows you when a client has looked at the proposal. You can customize it for any client, or you can also save it as a template. So we work with clients year after year after year, and it's super helpful because we just cut and paste for the next year. We might add some services. I can add in any out-of-pocket expenses and track that in the contract as well. So that's really helpful. And I think fundamentally it kind of goes in line with tip number 2 is make it easy for people to do business with you. I think this is the kind of fundamental lesson that you should learn as an entrepreneur. Like, make it easy for people to say yes. So whether it's with Honeybook or some other thing, maybe you have your own proposals, but you use QuickBooks or something for invoicing or something. I know there's tons of things out there, but make it easy for people to say yes. Get the information about your contract so they can book your services so you can make more money. Tip number 3, whatever contract that you use, you should have it reviewed by an actual attorney. They have templates in a lot of these things. Honeybook has one, but I definitely had that review by an attorney. So just to make sure that there wasn't any pitfalls, things that could be misinterpreted for liability. And you definitely don't want to presume that something is going to go wrong with the client, but you definitely want to protect yourself. So whatever contract you use, make sure that you have it reviewed by an attorney. Okay, tip number 4. In your proposal and your agreement, get very specific about things. And we all do different kinds of businesses. And I know a lot of you actually produce weddings. And an example of getting very specific that I like to use in something that we actually just drew up for an agreement a couple days ago is we are doing a venue search for one of our clients, and I spelled out the number of venues that we are going to be looking at and getting proposals. They don't have a venue for their event, which is totally normal, and we are going to obtain 5 proposals from different venues. And shout out to Honeybook. And the reason why I do this is because it's come up where clients haven't been specific about the number of catering proposals, and you get 3 and then they want 3 more and a couple others. And that's all great, grand and wonderful. And you definitely want to make sure that you are servicing the clients and making them really happy. But this all takes a ton of time. And if you're outlining your services on this contract based on like maybe a flat rate or a percentage, then you are eating up a lot more valuable time that you are not really billing for, or it's cutting into like how much you actually make per hour because you're doing all this extra work that you didn't really presume. So get very specific, especially when it comes and it's tied to actually work for hours and so forth. And then tip number 5, outline, had to remind myself what the tip was. Outline your kind of consultation to contract phase. Now, what I mean by that is, as an entrepreneur, you are like in the midst of trying to obtain sales, and you're talking to new clients, and then you're booking new clients. And there is this like kind of process that needs to happen, a little dance, if you will, between, meeting them, maybe talking to them on the phone, giving them information, talking about their event, to contract, to actually doing work. Now, my advice is that you figure out for yourself what might feel the most comfortable. Now, do you want to give a free consultation for an hour or 2, or maybe just a half an hour? Whatever feels comfortable to you. But you definitely want to, build in some time where you're going to walk through the client, what they're actually looking for, offer some piece of advice that might just showcase the value that you have as an actual planner, and then move into that contract phase before you actually jump into the project. There's been a number of clients that we work with that are so excited to get started on their event, but they haven't signed and they haven't put forth the deposit. And then you're into the planning and you're like, wait. Can we like make this legit and legal? Can I get paid? Sort of thing. And it's just my piece of advice, because I've been in this situation and it's been kind of tricky, is just have a policy that you go, okay, this is how I want to do things. These are my boundaries. And then when it steps out from these boundaries, I know like those are the boundaries. And then you can go, hey, love to jump into all the work and finding a catering company for your event, but let's first sign the agreement and get a deposit, and then happy to get started. So just, I guess the last lesson is boundaries. Just having boundaries with your clients and knowing what those are, and doing that before you actually get started with them. Okay, so just to recap, find a service like HoneyBook or something to that nature that you can send out proposals or send out contracts. Whatever it is, make it so it's really easy for people to say yes to you, and yes, I want to work with you and want you to plan my event and organize all the things. Have your contract reviewed by an attorney, and get specific in your proposal about the services that you are going to provide, or maybe even the stuff that you're not going to provide. I've definitely put some exclusions in there and some notes about that. So get really specific so it's not open into interpretation. And then number 5 is create some boundaries and some framework for how you want to handle consultation to contract. And wishing you very much success in all the events that you're booking, and we'll see you next Friday. Or have a nice weekend.